With this being a big weekend in combat sports, how does it feel to be the face of PFL? You won against Canelo indirectly, the UFC, and they put it on your shoulders to get the ratings and do what you do.
Yeah, it's an honor, you know. I think that it's gotten to the point in my career where you either love me or you hate me, but you want to tune in to watch and see what's going to happen.
I'm going to see you cut a promo at the end of the fight like you did last time.
Is that why you all are going to tune in, just for the promo? You already know what's going to happen, but you want to see what I'm going to say? We'll see. We'll see what happens. I only do it if the mood strikes me.
Do you feel any pressure to keep raising the bar?
Yeah, of course. I always want to be better than I was yesterday. You know, every day I wake up and I strive to be the best possible version of myself. So whether that's in the gym, in the kitchen where I fail miserably, you know, as a mom, as a sister, as a mother, I already said as a mother, as a daughter, I just want to be the best me. So yeah, I'm continually trying to raise the bar and push myself where I've never been before.
What about that shirt?
You like it?
Can you give some insight to what that's about?
I don't know. I just heard a lot of people calling themselves fucking legends, so fair enough.
Kayla, this past weekend we had Amanda Serrano taking on Katie Taylor. Huge moment for women's combat sports. Yeah. Number one, number two against each other.
Yeah.
Different promotions. Is that a moment you want to have yourself? Maybe one time with somebody else in another organization?
Absolutely. I mean, for me as a female athlete, as a woman in general, and as I think just an athlete, it was super inspiring and exciting to watch. My hat goes off to both of them. They couldn't have done a better job. Just in the ring, out of the ring, class all the way. They raised women's boxing and women athletes to a whole new level that night. And I think that's the goal, right? Besides trying to beat people up for money and do this because I like it, the goal is to raise the bar and to make it a little bit easier for the next generation, you know, to not have to fight so hard to just get noticed, you know. The goal is to take over.
Yeah, and usually you're the person that everybody just thinks they're going to win, you know, you have the odds always on your side. How do you pump yourself up still for the fight coming up? I know in Judo it was different, you never know who you're going to face in the Olympics, but how do you do that for MMA?
Because everyone's tough until you beat them, you know, and I'm not done yet. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not even close to where I want to be as a fighter. And Marina is going to come out and she's going to try and take my head off. That's why we have the fights, you know, to see what's going to happen. If it was just based on odds, I mean, we'd all be really rich and it'd be super easy, but it's a fight. Anything can happen. A split second can change everything. So I have to go in there, I have to be my absolute best. I have to make less mistakes than her, and I have to go out and dominate and instill my will. So that keeps me pretty humble, you know.
And last one for me, you look around, you don't see any more posted Clarissa Shields anymore around. How does that feel not seeing it?
I mean, I hadn't noticed. I'm not like, I'm one of those queens who fix another girl's crown. I'm not trying to take away anything from anybody else. I hope everyone finds their own success in their own way. Joe.
Welcome back to Fight with Kayla. How does it feel to be back? And
so good. Sorry.
And did you expect to be back here at home?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, free agency was a little bit chaotic and up and down and highs and lows, and I will tell you that I never want to be a free agent again, ever. And I'm the type of person who, you know, I need a goal, I need something to wake up for, I need that bit in my mouth. So going that long without a fight, without a contract was a little bit frustrating for me, and just mentally draining, exhausting. So to be back doing what I love is the most important thing, and I get to do it with a company that I believe in, and they believe in me, I think, and we've already done great things, we've already shattered ceilings, we've already broken the mold, and I think we're going to do even better things in this next contract.
You mentioned before that you felt like your window of opportunity was closing. Now that we're set here and this is going to be your home, do you feel like you'll be able to use this platform to achieve the goals and get the opportunities that you feel you want to get and deserve?
Yeah, I think really at this point, I've come to terms, and I'm at peace with the fact that I can only do my part. You know, I've made it very open, very obvious. I'm very willing to fight anyone. There's always an A side and a B side, as someone likes to say, and this side, whatever side I am, C, D, E, F, I'm willing to fight anyone. I think it's the promotion's job, it's the other fighter's job, but I'm ready.
And how do you balance being a motherhood, you know, to your nephew and niece, and being an A-side fighter? Because you're not going to be B-side. You're
Well,
also
I will correct you. I adopted them, so they're my son and my daughter. You know, honestly, it's kind of happened. I won't say seamlessly because there's been a lot. It's been really hard, but it was the best thing I didn't know I was missing. You know, it was something that changed my life for the better and gave me whole new meaning and whole new purpose. And I'm exhausted. I'm not going to lie to you. Being a single mom is the hardest job I've ever done in my life. You know, I'm to the point of tears a lot. I'm not going to lie. But it's also the most rewarding thing I've ever done, and I can't imagine my life without them. They make me better.
And last one, what's your favorite meal to cook for them?
Oh, me? Cook for them? Well, they don't like to eat, so I like to order pizza on Friday. No, we eat really healthy during the week, and then on the weekends we eat a little bit less healthy, but they don't really like my cooking, so that's one of the reasons I cry.
Rafa, go ahead.
Right, so we are a show from Brazil.
Hi.
So I see your shirt, Legend Killers. We happen to have a couple of girls that call themselves legends over there.
Really?
What is going on with the cyborg talkers again? She just went on a podcast saying she knew you were going to sign back, that fight's never going to happen.
I mean, I think it's funny that she knew, because I accepted a contract with Bellator to fight her on April 22nd in Hawaii. And PFL matched the offer. So, and it wasn't about there was no negative things towards the PFL or anything like that. I just, you know, I've made it very clear that I want to test myself against the best while they're the best. PFL had the right to match, they did. I'm super happy with the contract. I'm super happy being back home. I'm excited for this season. I think that next year we're going to do really big things, but my focus for now is Marina Mokhnatkina and one fight at a time, one round at a time, 1 minute at a time, one exchange at a time. I'm going to go out there and instill my will.
That's it. Can't wait to see that.
Dave.
Hey, Kayla.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. Any little bonus pressure for you fighting Friday? Sunday is Mother's Day. One bonus pressure?
Well,
Two plans for Mother's Day?
my mom actually got Mother's Day wrong, so they gave me my present before I got here, which actually was, it was like some slippers that said best mom and then a shirt that said legend, and I was like, oh mom, thank you so much, but I'm trying to kill the legends. No, no pressure. I'm just super excited to fight and then get home back to my babies and, you know, wake up, go to church, get back into the routine of things.
Soccer season good for the kids?
Good for the kids, not good for the mom. Or Coach Kayla.
Appreciate you.
Kayla, so you're up for the Olympic Hall of Fame. What would that mean to you on top of all the success that you're having in MMA now?
Yeah, I was super surprised by it. I'm really backlogged on my emails. There's like 500 unread emails in my inbox, and I just happened to be trying to, on the flight here actually, I was trying to like get rid of some, and I saw like, oh, congratulations from the US Olympic Committee, and I was like, what? And it says you're a finalist to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I was like, oh, that's pretty darn cool. Definitely an honor, you know, representing your country, representing, in my opinion, the greatest country in the world, on the highest stage in the world. You know, that's something that I can't put into words. Winning a gold medal, winning the country's first gold medal, you know, that's stuff that you dream about it. You dream about being an Olympic champion, but to go and to be the first, to watch the flag being raised, to feel the gold medal go around my neck, to see my family and friends in the stands, to hear the crowd chanting USA, those are moments that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And sometimes I still can't believe it. You know, some days, it's been 10 years now since I won my first gold medal, and I remember being that girl and waking up the next day, August 3rd, and like looking at the gold medal thinking, is this really my life? Did this really happen? So I'm super honored just to be a finalist, and, you know, obviously to be amongst the 0.001% of the population makes me feel pretty good.
Absolutely. Now, during your free agency, one of the things I believe you talked about being like a point of contention for you was the PFL schedule and the schedule of the fights. How did you kind of overcome that as a sort of like objection to returning to the PFL this year?
What do you mean the schedule of fights?
Like I believe you said something about the number of fights, like the hectic schedule within a single year, the number of fights within a year.
Oh, I think the big thing for me was just one thing I made very clear was I'm not going to be able to make 145 pounds 4 times in 5.5 months. I think it's dangerous, and I'm not willing to put my body through that really for any amount of money. Health is, the most important thing in your life. But I will tell you, and if you talk to any of these other fighters, it's grueling. It's a grind. I'm fighting this week. I go home and then I'm right back in camp. It's not like most champions fight 1 or 2 times a year. I'm fighting 4 times in 5.5 months. So it's a grind. I'm lucky that I have the judo background that I have, where we spent, week after week, we would go from one tournament to the next tournament to the next tournament. I'd be gone for weeks and months, and I'm kind of used to that grind, but I will tell you, it's tough. It's mentally tough, but I'm prepared.
And lastly for me, you said, like after winning the title last year that it wasn't so much about the gold for you anymore, it's about the journey. So what are you hoping to accomplish this year, 2022, this season, along this journey? What are some of the goals that you're looking forward to, obviously besides winning the championship again?
I think, again, it's sort of, I'm at this place where I'm really at peace with my life, I've done enough. I'm a 2-time Olympic champion, I'm a world champion, a junior world champion. I won every tournament there was to win in judo, some of them twice. I've won the PFL title twice. I'm undefeated. I'm a mother. I have millions of dollars in the bank. I've done enough. I do this now because I want to push the envelope. I want to see how high I can climb. I want to see how good I can be. And I don't know. Nobody knows, right? Like, we don't know what the answer is. We don't know if I'm going to ever get to fight Cyborg or Amanda or Pena or whatever. And we don't know, like, what's going to happen. But I do this because I have an internal drive to test myself. I enjoy that process. I enjoy waking up and going to practice, and I enjoy the grind, and I love the feeling of self-fulfillment, and I guess it's like my version of self-love, is to try and make myself better. That's like, I don't know how to explain it any better. I don't know.
Curtis.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi.
Question for you is just kind of how much of a relief it is to talk about fighting now and not having to answer business questions and free agency and all that. Just kind of talk about how much of a relief that is.
Yeah, it's a relief. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This is the part of the game I don't really enjoy. The lights are bright. I'm not really good at doing makeup or hair. It's, it is what it is. But I'm just excited that I'm talking to you guys. That means that fight day is almost here, and I get to be the real me, get in the cage and do what I love. It's talk is one thing, but I'd rather just get in there and talk with my actions.
Kayla, does this season feel a little bit more special for you because staying with the PFL, but this will be your last season, right? And you're going to be in the pay-per-view series, the first official fighter to kick that off next year. So does that add anything to this year?
I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest, but that's true. I guess it is the final dance or whatever, the last dance. No, I'm just excited to fight. I'm excited to continue to build my legacy, and next year's a long way off. I think it's easy to get wrapped up in all this, media bullshit where I talk about Cyborg and we go back and forth and we do this big drama show. But at the end of the day, like, none of that happens if I don't do my job on Friday, and then July. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you when the fights are, but
Do it.
and then I have to do my job here first, one fight at a time. So I'm focused on that, and I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to just, man, I love this. This is my purpose. Besides, I think maybe I think being a mom is probably my purpose too. I think it happened for a reason, but I love what I do very much. I'm very grateful for the platform that all of you give me. I don't mean to sound bitter or anything. It's just sometimes you get sick of talking about yourself, you know. So you guys could
we
ask
saw
me
the
questions.
John Morgan clip. We
You
saw.
guys, I know. It was. But you guys could ask me other questions too, you know. You guys could like break the mold and be different. You guys could ask me about my foundation or.
Okay, let's tell us about your Impractical Jokers experience, please.
Okay. Well, Impractical Jokers was fun. I got to beat Murr up, you know, and throw him through a table and into a pool. It was a good time.
Lastly for me, just overall thoughts though on the lightweights this year, because got plenty of new faces, you know, so
Yeah.
is that cool for you?
I'm very excited about it, you know. I think there's a lot of new up-and-coming talent. There's some veterans of the sport. I know Julia Budd's making an appearance and fighting in the tournament. I think Pacheco is back. She's always going to be a tough fight for anyone. I think she's a top dog. I expect to see her do well again this year. I'm excited for the PFL, you know. I think they're doing the right things. They're bringing in new talent. They've got the Challenger Series going. I got to attend the women's fight night for that and see a lot of young up-and-coming fighters. And, you know, this is how you build it. This is what you do. You slowly, over time, you build it and they come. And Rome wasn't built in a day. And we need to continue to push and try and grow women's MMA. It's the fastest growing sport in the world, and I think that they're doing all the right things.
Yeah. Kayla, your opponent possesses a unique style, being a decorated champ in combat sambo.
Yeah.
Do you think that style is going to present any new challenges to you, and how are you preparing for it?
Yeah, you know, we spent time studying the film, and we obviously we spent a lot of more time on leg locks, I think, than I've ever spent in a camp. I was going with Mateusz Gamrot, and if you've ever had that guy on your leg, you really don't want it. So I feel pretty confident about that. Big Jim over here, I'm gonna throw him under the bus. He had a really, really about Sambo. And I was telling him, I was like, hey, we're watching the film, and I'm like, Big Jim, she's a 7-time Sambo world champion. And he goes, oh, Sambo? Sambo's for people who couldn't make it in Judo.
No.
That's what you said. Anyways, that's how I feel about that.
Richard, last one, and then we gotta
Yeah, I have two more questions. I think the only fighter you didn't beat was Pacheco. Is something you're looking forward to this season?
I did beat her twice.
Finish. Sorry, finish.
Okay, don't mess that up. You'll find out what it feels like. Yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, fighting is I make it look easy because I work so hard, you know, but she works hard too. She's well-rounded. She has more experience than me. She's been in this game for a lot longer. She's very versatile. I don't take anything away from Pacheco. I don't think I lost a single round or a single minute of any round, but she's good. She's tough. She's durable. I mean, it's also really easy, in my opinion, when you're just trying to survive, it's harder to finish someone, in my opinion.
My last one. In which country you would like to fight? No?
Any of them. I mean,
Non-special?
send location.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thanks, Kayla.
Thanks, guys.
Can you
Appreciate
get
it.
can I get that still real quick?
Yeah. We good? Aw, thank you. How are ya? Good to see you too. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Kayla.